The thing is, absolute pure jealousy. The WNBA players voted Caitlin Clark the 9th best guard. Someday, they will realise what she has done for all the players in the league. Charter planes, increase in salary, sold out crowd, improved TV ratings, and LeBron James likes to post. LeBron James likes to post. And this year, I don't dislike LeBron. I'm not necessarily crazy about him. I do admire him for sticking to his principles regardless of hate. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares, to be honest. Like, let's be completely real. I don't think he cares about what WNBA Twitter has to say about him.
When the WNBA All-Star votes were released, one detail had everyone talking. Players ranked Caitlin Clark just 9th among all guards. That's right, the same rookie who's been packing arenas, boosting TV ratings, and making headlines coast to coast didn't even crack the top tier, according to her peers. And that didn't sit right with LeBron James. The king himself took notice of the snub, calling out what many already felt, that Clark's impact is too big to ignore, and the league might be missing the bigger picture.
LeBron has been told y'all not to get it effed up. She's the reason for everything that's going on positive in the WNBA. And literally, all of the negative is literally the people that's like hating and being jealous of her. You even had people come in and talk about, oh, the Commissioner's Cup don't mean anything. What? So you saying winning the trophy and 500,000 for the WNBA players, 500,000 is nothing? But y'all was the same one saying that unrivaled championship is worth a lot. Excuse me.
LeBron didn't need to say a word. His actions said it all. When he tapped like on a viral post from Dick Vitale calling out the jealousy some WNBA players have shown toward Caitlin Clark. The message was loud and clear. That one gesture sent shockwaves through the basketball world. It wasn't just a double tap, it was LeBron James co-signing the truth. He sees the hate, he sees the bias, and he's done staying silent while greatness gets dismissed.
Players ranked some of their fellow players, and of course, specifically Caitlin Clark. So if we look at this chart right here, you can see that there are 3 categories: the fan rank, the media rank, and then the player rank. And if you look at Caitlin Clark, she was the #1 in fan rank, and we also saw that with the fan voting. She had over 1.29, I believe, million votes just for her to be a WNBA All-Star. And then the media ranked her as the 3rd best guard, and the players ranked her as the 9th best guard. Now, if we look at this chart for both the guards and the front court, there are not that many players who have that wide of a discrepancy between the media rank and the player rank.
Let's break down just how wild this situation really is, because the gap between Caitlin Clark's performance and those player rankings is flat out shocking. Right now, Clark is putting up 18.2 points, 8.9 assists, and 5 rebounds a night. She's already tied Candace Parker for the 3rd most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's only played 41 games. That's not just impressive, it's historic. And did we mention? She's the first rookie ever to record a triple-double and then went out and did it again.
Exposed that Caitlin Clark was ranked the 9th best point guard by WNBA players and WNBA media. Now, the fans had her #1. Paige Beckers was even higher than Caitlin Clark, which is crazy to me. But whatever the case may be, it's clear as day that they have a hidden agenda against Caitlin Clark. Well, one ESPN analyst.
Here's where it all starts to unravel, and where LeBron's frustration makes perfect sense. If Caitlin Clark is really just the 9th best guard, why is every team in the league defending her like she's peak Steph Curry? The same players who downplayed her in the All-Star voting are throwing everything at her double teams, triple teams, full court pressure from the opening tip. That's not how you treat someone average. The Golden State Valkyries just made it crystal clear. Coach Natalie Nakasi straight up admitted their game plan was built around stopping Clark from getting into a rhythm. They threw multiple defenders at her all game long. Multiple defenders. For the 9th best guard. Yeah, the math's not mathing, and LeBron knows exactly what's going on.
41 games.
That's crazy.
And there's other people on the list that had 500 and 700 games.
That's Rosé, 40 minutes sloop.
It's crazy, bro. It's nothing you can say to me, bro.
Nothing.
If she plays 100 games, bro, nobody ever gonna beat that record, bro.
Bro, she's
Chamberlain numbers, bro.
She the best.
She's the best ever, bro. I don't care, bro. She's the best ever, bro.
So she gonna be like LeBron with the stats. Yeah. Oh, nobody's gonna be breaking her stats for this shit, bro.
Unbreakable. Jeff, 25 and 10 in 41 games.
Where it all starts to unravel, and where LeBron's frustration makes perfect sense. If Caitlin Clark is really just the 9th best guard, why is every team in the league defending her like she's peak Steph Curry? The same players who downplayed her in the All-Star voting are throwing everything at her double teams, triple teams, full court pressure from the opening tip. That's not how you treat someone average. The Golden State Valkyries just made it crystal clear. Coach Natalie Nakasi straight up admitted their game plan was built around stopping Clark from getting into a rhythm. They threw multiple defenders at her all game long. multiple defenders. For the 9th best guard. Yeah, the math's not mathing, and LeBron knows exactly what's going on.
I tell you that it's rain. Don't ever let somebody disrespect you like that. It don't matter how many coaches, players, teams, GMs come out and say, oh, the league loves Caitlyn. There's no jealousy. There's no animosity. Every single time somebody says something like that, more proof comes out to absolutely obliterate that statement and show the exact opposite.
LeBron's support so powerful is that he's been backing Caitlyn Clark long before it was trendy. On his Mind the Game podcast with JJ Redick, LeBron didn't hold back. He said outright that Clark is the reason big things are coming for the WNBA. And it wasn't just a generic shout-out. LeBron made it personal. He talked about entering the NBA at just 18 and how people doubted him, rooted against him, and wanted to see him fail. He sees that same energy being thrown at Clark, the same jealousy, the same resistance to change. Earlier, this season, when Clark came back from injury and torched the defending champs the New York Liberty for 32 points and 7 threes, guess who was quick to show love? LeBron. One tweet, the CC effect. Welcome back. You were missed. Meanwhile, the players who voted her 9th, they were too busy trying to figure out how to stop the player they claim isn't that good.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlyn Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
Here's what's honestly hard to ignore, and what LeBron clearly sees. The contradiction is almost laughable. If Caitlyn Clark really isn't a top 3 guard, then why not guard her 1-1? Why not back off and make her prove it? Because they know exactly what would happen. She'd start raining logo threes, dropping step backs and stacking 30-point triple-doubles like it's routine. This season alone, Clark has hit 5 of 11 shots from 30 feet or beyond, a better clip than her overall 3-point percentage. That's Dame Lillard range, and she's doing it as a rookie. And the numbers don't lie. When Clark sat out, due to injury, WNBA viewership dropped 55%. Games featuring Clark, they average over 1 million viewers. Games without her, less than half that. Attendance. Her games see a 105% spike, but somehow, the narrative is still, she's overhyped. Right.
They put Caitlyn Clark number 9 as far as the guards go for the WNBA. Not number 2 behind, I don't know who would possibly be ahead of her. Not number 3, not 4, not 5. Shout out to LeBron James. Not 1, not 2, not 3. They put her all the way at number 9 behind Paige, behind her teammate Kelsey Mitchell, behind Natasha Cloud, behind Brittany Sykes. This is absolutely egregious and downright disrespectful.
The numbers don't just suggest bias, they prove it. The game tape tells one story, but the All-Star votes tell another. And the disconnect is glaring. According to ESPN's Michael Vopel, Clark has been blitzed off-ball screens more than any entire WNBA team 57 times. Data from Second Spectrum backs it up. Clark has been blitzed 89 times, nearly double the amount of the next closest player, Sabrina Ionescu, who sits at 4'6". This kind of attention isn't accidental, it's intentional and strategic. Coaches aren't throwing double teams at the 9th best guard just for show. They're doing it because Clark's range and court vision are game changers. Even Golden State Valkyries coach Natalie Nakasi broke it down. Defenders are forced to pick up Clark well beyond the arc because the logo isn't just a deep shot. For her, it's practically a layup. That kind of shooting, gravity warps defenses and everyone knows it.
Had so much wasted energy face guarding, blitzing, and double teaming the 9th best guard in the league. Fortunately, I am not surprised that the players ranked her so low. However, I do take it as a sign of disrespect to Caitlyn Clark. I know that she hasn't had her greatest season. I also know that she has been out with injury, but there is no person in the world who can convince me that there are 8 better guards than Caitlyn Clark in the WNBA.
Sees, and what many WNBA players still refuse to admit, is that Caitlyn Clark isn't just a rising star. She's a transformational force. She's not here for a solid career. She's here to rewrite the story of women's basketball. Clark has already led her team to a Commissioner's Cup championship while putting up historic stats. She now holds the single-season assist record with 337 and became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 350 assists. These aren't 9th best guard numbers. These are once-in-a-generation numbers. And LeBron gets it. He's lived it. He came into the NBA with sky-high expectations, dealt with endless criticism, and had to prove himself to doubters, including players who weren't exactly thrilled to see him rise. But over time, even they had to respect his greatness. Clark, on the other hand, is facing something worse: resistance from inside her own league. Not just skepticism, but active pushback.
There's a whole laundry list of records that Caitlin Clark broke her rookie year, and Paige Beckers hasn't done that. You know how I know that? Because if Paige Beckers had broken every single record that Caitlin Clark broke her rookie year, it would be a story on ESPN every single freaking day. Paige Beckers ain't having the year that Caitlin Clark had her rookie year. She's not. The absolute fucking disrespect this league continues to do and show Caitlin Clark.
Charles Barkley summed it up best. These ladies couldn't have handled the Caitlin Clark situation any worse if they tried, and he's not alone. He's been echoing the exact same frustrations LeBron has voiced, because this isn't baseless drama. It's undeniable. The jealousy isn't a theory. It's playing out in real time. When Dick Vitale called out the resentment toward Clark and LeBron liked the post. It wasn't some hot take, it was an acknowledgement of what's obvious to anyone paying attention. These players are flying on chartered planes, making more money, playing in front of sold-out arenas, and getting primetime TV slots, all thanks to Caitlin Clark. Yet when it's time to show her respect, silence, or worse, shade. The voting numbers make it plain. Fans gave Clark over 1.2 million All-Star votes, the most in WNBA history. Media ranked her third among guards. But her fellow players, ninth. That's not healthy competition, that's coordinated disrespect.